Hey YouTube, it's Sean, Griffin RC Planes. So I have two extra 300s. That's my favorite plane. That's why the other ones don't get flown that much, because 90% of the time I'm flying the 300. This one back here, that's my first 300. It made it 2 full years. I kind of calculated 4,000 to 5,000 flights, and that's really reasonable. And I flew it so much that the fuselage just got weak right underneath the wings, right around the landing gear. It got weak. Just all those landings and bad landings, and it just got tired. So I did kind of a rehab on it. But my newer 300 that I fly now, the wings and the elevators are from the first one. And the reason is one of the cool things about the 300 is that it has real pinned hinges in the control surfaces. Well, my new one didn't have the hinges. I don't know if it was a fake or if it was made on a Friday, or for some reason they just decided on that batch of them they didn't want to put hinges in the ailerons or the elevator. So I'm using my first, new plane, old wings, old elevator. That right there shows you how good the E-Flite servos are. Now who knows, 7,000 flights or something on these wings servos. So anyways, I found some hinges that I think are going to work. And I've kind of tried to test fit them not too long ago. Well, a little while ago. And I'm going to try to do it again. And I want to show you the new wing with no hinges. And I'll show you the old wing with hinges, plus the new elevators with no hinges. So I don't know what the deal is. But let me show you some close-ups, and maybe you guys will have some pointers, or exactly how to install these things, or if you've had good luck or bad luck. I got them from Motion RC, and you got to trim them a little bit, but let me show you this. Okay, this is the 300 that I fly now. We'll call it plane number 2, but it has the original wings. So look at the pinned hinges, pinned hinge, and another pinned hinge. On the elevators, I put in Dubro hinges, so those are already taken care of. Now let me show you the wings and the elevators that came with the new one. Now here's my new, just one of my elevators and one of my newer wings. And when you look down, no hinges. That's bizarre. No hinges. Look at the elevator. No hinges. Alright, because I love this plane so much, I buy extra pieces for it if I see them for sale on eBay or whatever. These might actually be my very first set of elevators. But see these hinges here? See the little, like the T, how they're embedded in there? This is better. Okay, see the slots right here? Kind of give you an idea of what we're working with here. You can also see I put a big sheet of a vinyl to help as a hinge, because the pinched hinge or the decal was ripping apart, and it was down to these pinned hinges only. At first it had the pinned hinge plus the pinched hinge. So now I put that vinyl. You can buy that vinyl at hobby stores, kind of like Michael's. It comes in a sheet about the size of paper. It's almost like a huge piece of clear tape, and you cut it out however big you want, and you peel the backing off. And then I take an iron to apply covering for your plane to cover like monocoat and stuff and ultra coat, and the heat really makes the stickiness stick. That's been on there for probably an entire season. All right, well, here's how these hinges are. You see how they're like embedded in there? Now, when the control surface is hinged like this, you can see it's flat, at least part of it. So let me show you what I got. I got these from Motion RC. That's my cat. Skittles quit. I got 2 packs of them. Here's how they look when they're out of the bag, and how we saw the control surface when the control surface was almost deflected all the way. The hinge was flat. Okay, so that's how these are. So for example, when I have this all the way like that, that's how that white one needs to be. So here's what I come up with. I haven't glued anything in yet. I got them sitting right next to one another, and you can see when it's deflected like that, it's flat. Obviously, it's got to be pushed down and sitting there just right. So that's not my next challenge, but one of many to do. But you can see how it's supposed to look. If any of you guys have messed with that, please let me know. I had to trim them a little bit. Let me show you. All right, let me get this one out of here. So I had to trim it compared to that one. See how the corners are cut off? Because if I didn't do that, it was sticking up really high. See, when it's flat, then the corners will be sticking out. So I trimmed the corners. I'll get this guy out of there. Just like so. So that's my plan. So I'll just put that stuff back in the box until I figure out how to install these hinges right in some of my older pieces that I'll use for test dummies. I don't have all my boxes, but I tear off a lid or something to keep just a piece of it, There's the beaver, that was the extra. That's the very first box. Then we got the Tower Hobbies Edge. I got a couple more lids stapled up somewhere. Now I got more hinges to add to the hinge tackle box. I've got every hinge you can think of in here except for those type. I looked everywhere to find those exact hinges that have that T going across each side of it. And I went as far as emailing E-Flite, and I looked and looked and looked, and when I look for something, I generally find it. If I got to buy something else to get this piece out of whatever I bought, I'll find what I'm looking for. That's a fact. But I couldn't find those hinges like these that had that T, because I'm figuring with that T, obviously they may put it down there, and then when the foam is like liquid or something got poured around it, or maybe it'd have like sharp edges and they just push down in there and then they drop some CA glue around them or something. I don't know, but I looked and looked and looked and couldn't find them. But I'm not going to glue those in just yet. I'm going to keep fiddling with trimming the edges and stuff. If any of you guys have had any experience or know exactly what to use or something like that, I'd be all ears open to hear about it. All right, guys. Well, hey, I thought you might find that hinge interesting, and the mystery of the E-Flite Extra 300 3D. I bought two. The boxes were the same. The part numbers are the same, but no hinges. It's something else. I've even emailed Horizon, like, to their sales department, asking them if I bought replacement wings or elevators or something, would they have the hinges? And they're like, of course, that plane comes with hinges. And then I explained to them about the other one. You know, my second one didn't have it, and the people on the other end of the computer just were kind of dumbfounded. So maybe I got the only one that didn't have hinges. I don't know. But hey, that's all I got for now, man. And gals, if you're new to this channel and you haven't subscribed, please do. That helps out the YouTube algorithm. That lets YouTube know that you guys like watching me, and then that puts my videos up in front of other people, and then that in turn makes the subscriber count go up. And when the subscriber count goes up, that just makes me want to do this. So everybody's happy. Well, hey, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Tomorrow's hump day. And until next time, there it is. You'll see me here.